This is a video about making wooden window jambs meet up with metal Schluter for a wall that will be tiled. I was looking for an example of this around YouTube and I didn't see any examples. So I wanted to put this video together to demonstrate this as a possibility for finishing off tile around a window. Previously on this window was bullnose trim, and the drywall returned across the jamb to the window, and I wanted a sharper look with different materials. So I removed the bullnose and drywall jambs, and I used 1x6 pine ripped down to a 1/2 inch thick and measured to have approximately even reveals around the window. And I pre-assembled that rectangle. Then I measured off of the inside corners of the rectangle to cut Schluter pieces mitered into the corners. As you can see here, 4 pieces, and I loosely fitted them together with tape, and I will adjust those when the tile is to be installed, but you can see these fit very precisely into the corner, meeting up to the window jambs made out of pine wood. So what you will achieve is a very thin edge profile on the ends of the tile, flushed up with a beautifully painted wooden window jamb. And I think this looks very classy and timeless, and it's not something that I see commonly. Typically you'll see Schluter on the wide profile facing outwards to finish out a tile, or you'll see, and then you'll see the tile continued in the jamb to the window. So that's a fine look for some people. I've done that before, but I wanted to create a different look. So there's nothing fancy about this Schluter, it's just the way that I manipulate it, which will create the desired effect. This is 3/8 Schluter, which will be in effect the same thickness as the tile when it's then set it onto the wall. And so the tile will be flushed up with the edge of the Schluter, and then the Schluter will be held in place flush with the window jamb here. Look at how clean that looks. Very beautiful. So here's where I set the jamb with the taped Schluter into place to test the fit. Now, one additional step, which is not to do with the Schluter, but with the fitting of the jamb, is once you cut it down to 1/2 inch thick and measure your lengths for each of the 4 pieces and place it into the window, you will end up with gaps because the window may not be perfectly set plumb, and you might have little variances in flushness. So I used a razor scribe to mark out on tape how much of the inside of the jamb needed to be cut in order to achieve a tighter fit.
and I will make another video about how to do that. But you can see roughly the window jambs fit much tighter than they will for you when you initially place them against the window. So this is a remodeled window, and I'm also laying out where I think the tile should go in order to make it look even. And I will also show what type of tile will be installed around this. You'll be able to see how this Schluter and wooden window jamb detail looks after the tile is installed.